My favorite place is outside always, and I usually sit up on the patio, but today I'm feeling like this is the spot. This is it. We're going over there. We're outside. Hey y'all, doing a check test because all of a sudden my microphone wants to be super low and it's never low. You feel me? It's never low. So we're rebuking whatever this is, and my microphone's about to work because I need you guys to. It's crisp. If this is even working right now, but it's crisp. I need you to hear me. So let's see what's going on with this. Like let's get this together. So yeah, we're in the game. We're in the money. It's working. Okay, rebuked it. It's working now. Anyways, I have bags today. Yeah. If anybody has any tips about getting rid of bags other than sleep, put it down below. Okay? I take constructive criticism. I take help. I give it and I take it. Receive. Give and receive. Okay? So, there's a red bird. I always feel like you're supposed to blow 3 kisses at them. Like 3 in a row. I like the angel number 333. So I'm like, when you see that bird, you need to blow 3 kisses at it. Like affirm something in 3s. Okay? Hey. How is everybody's day going? Like, what is the vibe? What is the move? And how are you feeling? I feel like we don't talk about that enough. I feel like we're constantly trying to figure something out. It's like from the moment you wake up, you're on the go, you're on the move. And then by the time you get to the end of your day, it's like, well, I remember parts of my day, but not in full detail. Because you weren't actually taking, the time to sit in that moment and see how you felt. Like, it's kind of crazy. And it made me think about my day yesterday. Like, it was a great day. Amazing day. But bits and pieces of it are kind of blurred and fogged because it's like I was just, take time for stillness. Like, I love these moments when I'm recording because it gives me time to breathe. It gives me time to breathe and really just think and feel and express. And these back up. I don't know what that was. Okay, but back up. I'm sorry, y'all. It gives you time. Like, do you hear this? Everybody deserves this. Everybody deserves this type of stillness and peace in their life. And everybody needs it. Seriously, even if you go sit outside by yourself and your thoughts are just everywhere, that is okay. As you continue to sit in this type of peace and in this type of stillness, you'll be able to get that clarity and that like rejuvenation that we all need. Okay, we all got something going on right now. It's not nobody in the world who does not have something going on, whether it's bigger than what you have going on, or smaller. It's all the same. We all get sad. We all get mad. So let's not get caught up on how somebody's situation looks. Let's get caught up on how they feel. Like, it's time to be empathetic towards other people because we all feel the same feelings regardless of what the situation looks like. It does not matter. It do not matter. Okay, it does not matter what that person did. It don't matter how they did it and how you feel like you would have did something different. Look at why you're in the situation you're in. Okay, because if it was me, okay, like, we all have feelings. Okay, we all looking at somebody else's situation like, I wouldn't even. But remember that time where you did. Wasn't the same situation, but it was the same action. Wasn't the same scenario or situation or even person. Like, it wasn't listen, you might be judging somebody's relationship issues right now and what they're dealing with relationship wise, but you letting all your friends use you. Last time I checked, it both was a relationship. They just got different contexts. Like, it's different, but it's the same. So just because she's being used and abused by her man and you're being used and abused by your friends, it don't make y'all no different. Y'all both are being used and abused. You feel it, and y'all both feel the same emotions when it comes to being used and abused. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, I'm passionate about that. Okay, we need more empathy. We would get along way better if we just had empathy. Like, seriously. And this is not me judging you. Because all the attitude that I'm doing with it, it's because I had to cuss myself out a couple times. Like, you're tripping. You're tripping. Like, how are you about to be looking down on this family member because of that when you have done that? And now you expect them to just drop the situation, get out of that drama today when it took you a couple months? Girl, bye. I be having to talk to myself like that sometimes. So I'm going to talk to you like that because it helped me. Okay? We're cool. It's no beef. When God tells you to do something, just do it. Just jump and do it. I was in the house, and I be having my daily time where I get in quietness wherever I'm at. Right now I'm in Tennessee, so my quiet space is my uncle's patio that he has, and I get to look at this. This is my first time coming out here and sitting here. But wherever I am, my quiet space is where nobody else is, and I can be quiet. And talk to myself, talk to God. This time, I'm just recording it. I do this regardless, but I want to start sharing it with people because you never know what, in this quiet time I be having. A lot of stuff comes to me. A lot of conversations that I be like, dang, like I wish I could have just had that conversation with a person, or dang, so I'm recording this process so that we can heal together, relate, and maybe you can reveal something to me or I can reveal something to you. But I'm trying to get in relationship with people, and positive ones. Like, I have been in a space where I have attracted very negative and toxic and codependent relationships in my life, and I've fed into that because I've been used to having those interactions. But I'm in a place in my life now where I'm done with that. I want to be able to learn from you and you learn from me, and we actually listen, and it don't have to be hard. Like, I'm in a place where I want to talk about elevating, but also be moving towards it. I don't want to be talking about what I went through in my life and how this affected me. Now, if it just comes to a situation where I'm still healing in that area, cool. But we not about to be sitting around all day talking about this and how we want to elevate, but ain't nobody doing nothing. I'm done with that. That's what I was attracting. Now I'm in a space where it's like, okay, I'm cool with being by myself. I'm cool with just having these conversations out loud with God. And now I'm to the place where I'm cool recording it, and I don't care who outside listening. Come sit with me and let's talk. If you got high vibrations. That's how I'm feeling. So it's like, I know through me doing this, I'll be able to help somebody else. And then also, I'll be able to attract the tribe that deserves me and that I deserve also. You feel me? So let's talk. Let's vibe. You can comment. Okay, you can DM me. Whatever, email me. Whatever. Like, let's chop it up. Let's do it. We never know what'll come from doing that. Where two or more people meet, God will surely be. So let's invite God into our space so that we can be lit. That's the best word, lit. Like, let's live it up. I brought all that up to say sorry. I brought all that up to say God was calling me to get in my quiet space. And so I seen myself sitting at this bench out here, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do that. But then I hopped up and was about to do my hair, fix my hair, do a whole bunch of stuff. And God, like, how you about to go outside and tell people to get to it and jump up when I tell them to do something, but you're not even doing it. You trying to fix your hair, this, that, and the third before you go do what I said do. Like, girl, bye. Keep your do-rag on. Throw on a sweatshirt. Go outside. Because even if you get dressed up right now, do your hair, do your whatever, when you go back in the house, you're putting back on this. It's one of those days. You feel me? So I'm not getting dressed up. I was about to waste so much time trying to get dressed up before I came out here for this video. Like, I need to be as transparent as possible. This is what I'm rocking today. And when I get back in the house, if I would have dressed up, I would have put this back on. So I saved so much time, is what I'm saying. So when God tells you to move, get up and move. It does not matter what you got on. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter about anything. As long as your breath don't stink. Like, as long as you woke up today and you took a shower, you washed your face, you brushed your teeth, okay, and you still plan on being productive, it is okay. You don't have to dress up every single day. Don't be scared to do nothing in front of nobody. I find myself getting a little right now because, I'm in a different area. Not in Georgia. I'm in a different area. So it's a different atmosphere, different people. So me sitting outside and it's like, people walking back and forth, makes me a little nervous. Makes me want to be like, and then start back talking, after that pass through. But I'm not scared. I need to stop acting like that because God gonna call me to do high things. just like he gonna call you. And he's not gonna care who's walking back and forth. He's not gonna care who you're being distracted by, or that you're a little afraid to speak up and talk loud because other people are around. He's not gonna care. So we need to get to the point where we don't care. Okay? We're not dimming ourselves down. And let me just say this, because I tend to dim myself down with the opposite race. And that's not me being racist. It's not me saying I don't like white people. It's not me saying that. I've just had certain experiences. I grew up in Virginia, so I was raised in a white church. I was raised Christian in a white church, and I had white friends. I had Spanish friends. I've had any race. They've been my friend. Okay, I'm very diverse in that, so it's never that. But when you've had certain experiences as a person of color, as a black person, you get a little nervous. Okay, you tend to be like, can I wear this do-rag in this neighborhood? Like, seriously. And it's not even funny, it's really sad. But so I just found myself getting a little nervous when they was walking back and forth. And I've seen the staring, but one thing about it is, listen, you are admired. We are admired. Okay, just like we admire them, they admire us. Just like you might admire Ethiopian women, because Ethiopian women are beautiful. We see people from opposite races and we be like, oh my gosh, like they're so gorgeous, they're this, they're that, and we're so quick to praise a different race when you should praise yourself too. There's something special about you too. There's something beautiful and attractive about you too. It's not just the other person. You feel me? Like, we need to start looking at ourselves like that, because just like we are admiring and praising certain things about them, they are admiring and praising certain things about us. So when the interaction comes, because we've had bad experiences, and when you start learning about spirituality and history, it's like, oh, what? Like, you start to look at it different, and your eyes kind of get blinded by hate and a little bit of rage when it comes to history. But you have to understand, like, not everybody is like that. Just because history says what it says and things like, y'all, I'm not finna get all deep and all, you know what I'm talking about. You know the feeling, you know the history, you know what you came across that has pissed you off and made you feel bad and made you look at the opposite race like, man, hell no, boy. Like, so I've allowed that to make my lens kind of change when I've grown up around different races, been around different races, and everybody's not like that. Sometimes it be the person that look the most like you that will hate you the most. Seriously. And it's crazy. So when we come, I'm saying all this to say, and God help me stay on the right path, because I definitely don't want this to go in a direction that it's not supposed to go. But I'm saying all this to say, when you walk past a person of the opposite race and it makes you nervous, change your tone. Don't be afraid to speak. That person might not even be a hateful person just because they white. That person might not be ignorant just because they black. It might not be that. Yes, you've had a lot of encounters and experiences like that because how the world has been set up in history and things like that. But that doesn't mean prejudge the person that you come across, or the person that you see, or the neighborhood you might be in. You might meet man, listen. Yesterday I had an encounter with this man. He was white. We had the best conversation. It was so peaceful. We related so much, and we weren't thinking about race. It wasn't awkward at first. You understand? And there's sometimes where I have God, am I supposed to be talking about this? Am I supposed to be talking about this? Like, that's crazy that you even have to feel like that when you start talking about race. Like, then you get to stuttering because you don't know. Like, it's such a conversation. And I definitely don't want it to go in a place where it's not supposed to go, because I'm kind of overthinking it, and all I'm trying to say is, listen, don't matter what the color is, don't matter who it is, Doesn't matter what you're doing. If God has called you to do something, do it to the fullest. Do it loudly and proudly, no matter what you are assuming that person might be thinking, no matter what energy you're assuming that they're carrying. It don't matter. God told you to do this, so don't let nothing stop it. Not race, not color, not I did nothing. Don't let nothing stop it. Not a hairstyle, not an outfit. Don't let nothing stop you ever, because it does not matter. It does not matter. God's not thinking about that. And you're going to attract people from all types of areas. You're going to attract people from all different types of places who love you genuinely. And it's not going to have to do with nothing about race, nothing about color, nothing. Nothing. That's all I'm trying to say. Because I've got on this topic, this makes me think about yesterday. So yesterday, me and my uncle, we was doing the Amazon Flex. And let me tell you something about that. It's lit. I'm not gonna lie. It's lit. It's like Uber and Lyft, but Amazon. And you pick when you want to do it, how you want to do it, where you want to go, height. It's lit. Okay, but we were doing it up in Nashville. And we were driving to a lot of country parts of Nashville. A lot of very rural, you know what I mean. It's country, it's a lot of farmland, chickens crossing the road, you have to stop for them, all of that. So when we were driving around, we were seeing a lot of Spanish people like building stuff. We were seeing like a lot of white people like farming and doing little things. And it made me think, like, and I wrote this down because as I start thinking about this, God ministered to me on this. And I was like, dang, like I have to talk about this in my video, right? So let me find that page where I wrote that down yesterday while we were driving. You take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger way out of town that digs on me. All right, so found it. Found it. I basically was praying. Any thought, anything deep, anything that you're considering, anything that you are just meditating heavy on, and it's not super anything, it's a prayer. You're thinking about it in your mind, you're asking questions in your mind, and God hears that. He knows what you're thinking. He knows your heart, right? So in my mind, I was like, dang, like, what do black people do? Like Spanish people, we know that they're taking over the construction. They got construction down pat. They are the builders for real. That's their skill. That's what they do, right? Or cooking. They're good at cooking. Then you have white people who are predominantly business, right? They have their go-to thing. So I was just like, every race has their go-to thing. What is ours? What are we known for? What do we do? So I was asking God that in my head. And he basically started ministering to me saying, y'all are healers. And it made me think, like, we're so into our spiritual now. Everybody's trying to figure out what voodoo is and what this is and becoming spiritual and not religious. Like, we're all on that awakening. Like, it's crazy how many of us are on that journey right now. We're trying so hard to find that because we're trying to heal. Like, we're chasing after our happiness and our purpose, and we're trying to find out what we're here to do and how we can help. How we can become better, how we can break the cycles from our family. We're trying to heal. So we're healers. God will call you to chase something that you are predestined to do. This goes back to the very beginning of when I said we need to have empathy. Listen, this not to put down nobody else, but black folks have been through the worst of the worst of the worst, and still to this day have to deal with it. For real. That's just facts. So if we as a people can still be kind, still be giving, still give somebody the shirt off our back, still be loving regardless of how dirty we've been done, that's going to set a different tone and a different example for everybody. Because if we can do it, it's no excuse as to why you can't. We done been hung, raped, come on now, all types of stuff that we can name. We can make a whole book on what has been done to us. And if we can still step out here and be empathetic, so can you. And I feel like we're being called to be healers. We're being called, man, listen, okay, I ain't gonna go into it. We're being called to be healers. We're being called to change things and shift major things on this earth. Major. We're being called to do it. But if we can't be empathetic with each other, we're going to hurt each other more than we're going to help each other heal. And healing first needs to start with us in order for us to step out and heal anybody. Anybody. You understand? You can't heal nobody if you have not first been healed yourself or gone through the process at all, because you will deplete yourself. That's why I be hearing about a lot of healers dying. And I'd be like, dang, I never knew this. But, you know, as I started exploring and watching videos and stuff, you start hearing it more. Like, a lot of healers die. A lot of light workers die. It's because you're not replenishing and recharging yourself. It's because you're not still doing that work that needs to be done on you to heal deeper. So that way, when you go help somebody else, you're not completely depleting yourself and then taking on they hurt and they pain. You have to refresh and recharge and stay prayed up and stay healing as well. And you have to do a significant amount of work on yourself before you even step into it that deep. That's why a lot of people take breaks. That's why a lot of people you have to do it for yourself as well. Like, you have to. So that's that. The whole point of this is we need to start being more empathetic towards each other as a people. We be so quick to be empathetic towards somebody else family member, somebody else mama, somebody else sister, and then you hateful and spiteful towards yours when she just as hurt as you. Y'all went through y'all childhood together. You know what she might be dealing with. You know what your mama came from and might have been and is still dealing with. You getting older and you're starting to realize what life is really about and how cycles affect you. So stop being so quick to be empathetic with other people and be empathetic with first yourself and the people that are around you now so that y'all can heal. Okay? Like, that's on me right now. That's really on me to say right now, because I have done this. We be so quick to go out and get answers and help and all this stuff from other people outside of the people that we're really supposed to be healing with. And I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying that you're not going to have moments where you have to take a step back from your family. And not cutting everybody off. I ain't talking to my mama no more. Not none of that drama stuff. Just, hey, listen, I need some time for myself, so we're not going to be able to talk 8 times a day. I need some time to myself, so, you know, I don't really want to live here no more. You know, I need to do this. You, whatever it looked like for you, is what it's going to be, right? But stop going out and trying to put your all into somebody else who don't even care about you, who's not even going to pour back into you, who's really not even trying to help you heal. You're just good for the moment because you're broken. Like, let's be real. You might fall out with your family. Okay? You might fall out with your family. You might have argued with your mama that day. But if somebody else try you, think back to them situations where somebody then tried you outside your family, and think back to what family, no, regardless of what page y'all was on, stepped up. That's family. That's family. That's family. And family, listen, it's going to come how it comes for you. Sometimes it might not be your actual family. But for me, it's mine. It's mine. And I'm a firm believer, y'all. Like, I know there are people who have circumstances where it's like, you know, your family might have died and somebody else adopted you. Like, people have spiritual children and spiritual families. This is not for y'all. I'm talking about the people who your family's alive and well. You arguing with your mama because you mad about how she chose her relationship in certain ways when y'all was children. You holding on to that, so you won't even talk to your mama. Okay, but you'll go out here and claim somebody else other mom as your complete mom. But every single time you need something, you call your real mama. I'm talking about these people. I'm talking about the people who switch up on their family when stuff not going their way, when they want to be mad and take it out on them. But then as soon as they need something, or the people that they have put their faith, trust, and love in now don't come through, they go back to their family to get what they want. I'm talking about these people. Have empathy with your family. And this not me yelling at you. This not me coming for your head. None of that, because I've been guilty of this and sometimes still am. It is a work in progress. Okay? It's a work in process and it's a work in progress. Okay? But all I'm saying is have empathy with your family. Because they going to be the people that's going to be there for you. And if you don't see it now, you going to see. Hey, y'all. So, earlier I noticed in my video that I kind of cut it off too quick. You know, I was about to leave to go to the store with my uncle. So, you know, I was like kind of rushing it. And I basically just want to end off the video by saying I left off on the part where I was talking about how you're going to notice if you haven't seen that family is thicker than water, that blood is thicker than water, then you're going to see it. Because a lot of the times you'll have a person who's doing everything for you. It seems so good and things are going smooth, and then all of a sudden they start putting themselves before you. They start switching up on you. You start noticing little red flags and red signs where you're literally becoming the last thing on their list, but your family's there for you. Every time they bail on you, every time they don't show up, every time they say that they're going to do something and they don't, your family are the people that show up for you. So I was basically saying, like, watch who you be putting your all into. Watch who you be pouring, whose cups you be pouring into, because sometimes you be pouring into the wrong people's cups when you're supposed to be pouring back into the people who pour into you. Not pouring into somebody who literally has you empty out your cup and then leave you with nothing, and you have to run back to the people who have been filling you up to get a refill. Okay? And also, let me correct myself from earlier when I said you're going to start noticing that the person or the people start putting themselves before you. There's nothing wrong with somebody putting themselves first. You too should also put yourself first. I'm saying when it becomes to the point to where you're the last on their list, like they don't even consider you like at all, not in the slightest bit, but you're constantly pouring into them, that's what you should look out for. Because listen, this is for females right now. You will put all of your stuff on the back burner, all of your stuff on the floor, and do for the other person. Like literally put yourself to the side completely. And it's not supposed to be like that. You need to have the time and the energy and the effort to pour back into you. So if you're constantly giving it away to somebody else and you're not even putting yourself first in the slightest bit, that's unhealthy. That's unevenly yoked. It's uneven. No. Okay? It's not selfish to put yourself first. It's not selfish to put yourself first. And if you're with somebody who also puts themselves first and y'all pour back and forth into each other, they will understand when you need some you time, when you need to put yourself first, and things of that nature. And if you guys need me to talk about this on a deeper level, comment below, and I have no problem doing that. You know, but this is not what that video is about. I just want to clarify that part before people run off, you know, and their mind goes somewhere that it's not supposed to go. That's how I wanted to end that video off. Much love as always to you guys. I pray that you have an amazing, abundant, and vibrant night. And I'll see y'all tomorrow because you know we upload every day. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Okay. This is seriously the last thing. Thank God for something that has happened in your day today, even if it's the smallest thing. Like for me, I'm thankful that I got to record in a new spot. I got a new type of just energy, you know, it felt really good. And I also tried something new today that I never did before, and I made a pizza from scratch. So now, guess who's making some more pizza tomorrow? Thank God, y'all. Have a great night. Sleep amazing. Much love.